I will ask the same question. Amigos, how many of you has been in Egypt? Do you remember how many rocks the Big Pyramid had? I remind you, 2,400,000 rocks.
2,010,000.
Do you remember how many years did they last to build that pyramid? 20 years. Do you remember how many people worked building the pyramid? 400,000 people. Let's do mathematics. Amigos, the most that they could work, they were 6 hours a day, considering the weather conditions of Egypt and the diet. 400,000 people that they worked 6 hours a day for 6 years to put 2,400,000 rocks, and to finish the project in 20 years, they had to put a rock with that accuracy in Egypt, that size, to cut a rock and to put it with that accuracy, each rock every 3.47 seconds. Amigos, not everything we have to occidentalize it or to cross it through our processes. Amigos, we need to understand that the reality is just limited to our dimension. For example, can you hear this? Let's do it once again. Ready? You can hear clearly, correct?
Yes.
Amigos, would you mind if half of you go outside of the staircase, please? And the other half remain? More. 10 steps backwards. The people over there. Can we clap, please? Can you listen the bird?
Yes.
Could you hear the bird? Can you do 3 steps backwards, please?
Oh, they're not supposed to hear it.
They're gonna block
You don't
us.
clap. We are the only one clapping, okay? Can you hear the bird? Or you have to overclap? Why you're hearing something different than us? I thought that the waves of sound, they were waves and they travel like this. Amigos, this way please. Explain that with your Occidental logic, because nowadays no one has any explanation of why this happens. Would be the same thing that I am talking to you, and this lady, it is listening my voice, and the people which is not straight ahead of me would be listening something different. Explain that to you, please. And pretty much the first 12 years of my life, I live here, so that's why I still continue working here. Amigos, I'm not bluffing. Just by clapping, if no one was here, except for a group, just by clapping, closing my eyes, I know where exactly I am standing up and how many people do I have in front of me. And I have won a lot of bets. Do you know which sense the dolphins they use?
Echolocation.
That's what I use here. Just by clapping, I know where I am standing up, because my clap bounces and returns, giving me to my brain in codes that I cannot decipher where I am standing up and how many people do I have here. Amigos, if I have an additional sense, I perceive reality from different angles than you. So my reality is different. Amigos, did you hear that sound? I would like that you look in the internet what are the alpha waves. It's a vibrational frequency that disconnects from your pineal gland, your system of logic, and it can take you to altered state of consciousness. For example, when you go to the psychologist, they put you music. That rank, those are alpha waves. After hearing this for several minutes, you can get to altered stage of consciousness, including one which is very famous. Do you know what is REM? Rapid eye movement. Your brain, to rest, needs to get disconnected. So this sound, it is able to do it. So amigos, this is a different thing, but let's advance, please, okay? Let's advance. Let me use your logic, and you are going to see that it doesn't matter where you're from. We all think exactly in the same structure. Can you see right over there? Let me show you what it was found there. Balls. You have one element, balls. Can you see right there? Can you see right there? Those are rings. Now you tell me, and please everybody together, what do I have to do if I have balls and rings? Tell me. I can't hear you.
Ball through the ring.
Pass it through. Amigos, but the balls, they were made out of non-vulcanized rubber. So the weight of the balls, they were 4 kilograms. Amigos, have you ever kicked a soccer ball, a football ball? Those are 230 grams. Kick something 35 times heavier and see what happens to you. So the foot, this is not an option. Like volleyball, forget it. With the head, forget it. With a bat, in the first impact, you destroy your elbows. So there is only one part of the body able to resist the impact of a ball 4 kilograms. Let me show you which part of the body is it.
Hip.
The hips. Amigos, how many rings do you see? One
Two.
and two. How many teams do you think they were? Two. The spectators, they were at the top. Yeah. And amigos, the teams standing up from that platform and from that platform with their hips, they try to cross the ball. And let me show you what happened to the captains of these teams. Okay, friends. We are going to lose a lot of time if I show you those carvings. I will use this one. Can you see a hand here? Yes or no? Yeah. Can you see that he has a dagger handy?
Yeah.
See what he has in his other hand. He's holding from the hair. Can you see the thumb? He's holding from the hair, eye, nose, mouth,
Yeah.
neck, and blood.
Yeah.
In one side, in one hand, he has a dagger, and in the other hand, he has a head. Can you see this fellow? There is a rope missing here. But, can you give me a little space? But let me tell you how he is. Can you see that he's on this position?
Yes. Yeah.
Amigos, he is beheaded. And from the neck of the beheaded, there are coming out 7 snakes as blood. So amigos, he is the first player of this team, and he is the first player of this team. So in other words, they were the captains. And amigos, team that lose, captain of that team, they die. That is the official theory. Amigos, this is what happens when we occidentalize everything. Come over here, please. And the snake's coming out as blood. And look to the other guy. There is the dagger, and here is the head. Amigos, I want to be you with the hips. If I hit the ball from here with my hips, is the ball crossing in? No. The ball needs to get horizontality in the curve to get through. So it has to be a minimum point of impact. Stay where you are. The minimum point of impact, stay where you are.
Stay where you are.
It's here. Come over, please.
Nu, kad čia nubounced galėtų. Tada įmanoma.
A ball 4 kilograms that needs to advance that distance, I have to accelerate it to 54 km per hour. So the ball is impacting that ring with a power of over 874 kilograms of force per each square millimeter in English. If someone was able to touch that ring with the ball, in the first impact, that ball, that ring would explode. Amigos, this was never a ball game court, but we just see it that way. So your reality is what we decide in a university or something like that. Let me tell you what is this. Would you guys mind if you stand up here in total and absolutely silence? No one is able to do any noise. Ready? I am going to start. Can you follow me? Man, can you follow me, please? Follow me? Sir, can you follow me, please? Okay.
Oh, he's helping us to come.
I never did it.
Oh.
And you follow all my instructions. Unfortunately, you have noise back there. But if there were no one here, I send you to the other side, and myself from the other side. I can talk each other as I am talking with you right now, and you can hear me perfectly. Unfortunately, there is a lot of distortion behind you, so that's why you cannot hear that well. Okay.
It's weekend?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies get work.
Forward?
Ladies.
Do you know, have you ever played tennis or squash? Do you remember how the ball sounded? Did it sound like this? Shh. Did it sound like this?
Yeah.
Ah, I can hear that.
Now you can tell me what is this. Which place needs perfect acoustic
Ah.
and sound
Theater?
effect? A theater. And that, they were never players. So what you know is the decision of a group of people. And this was never a ball game court.